Hey, soul survivors, we are live. I thought we would touch on a couple things. I know a lot of us are struggling with my hair. A lot of us are struggling with not wanting to hurt anymore. And that's actually a good sign. We're kind of getting fed up of all the pain that we've been through. So if you are still with your narcissist, or whether you have been discarded or you have left them, we'll get into that because I did a poll on what my subscribers are looking for, and a lot of us are, as they say, nowhere near healed, or they want to know more about how to heal from the abuse that we went through. So I got a lot of interesting videos. After this live chat, I'm going to go ahead and post about artificial intelligence and people falling in love with artificial intelligence. Is it dangerous? How does it affect the mind? We're going through a transition in time and what lies ahead for us. So, as far as the healing, I posted some videos on the 4 feel good hormones that we can stimulate to be created in our mind. And that's something that is really going to help you guys in the healing process. I'll let you see my fireplace. It's not angled too good. Um, but there are certain steps that we can do to help us to increase our endorphins, our serotonin, our dopamine. And I hope you watch that video because it lets you know the different, a few foods to eat. I'd like to get a larger, food breakdown. I'm also a health coach that can help you on the physical and mental well-being. When the two are in tune, it really helps you stay on track. I've noticed I started this health program. It's really helped me. So eating the right things. But as far as not wanting to hurt anymore, when we get to that point, it's a transition point that we realize we're hurting, and it's time to focus on us, time to stop um, allowing this person, in a sense, to control our thoughts. And we have to realize it's really us controlling our own minds. We do have flashbacks. Those are like things that pop into our head. Are those in our control, or are they out of our control? They can surface, but what we do with them when they surface is what's important. So there are certain things like cognitive behavioral therapy, talk therapy, different kinds of things that have different purposes. So depending on where you are, there are certain therapeutic techniques or ways to deal with your problem or issue at a more effective rate. So with that feeling of I'm so tired, I'm just so tired, we've kind of run that marathon, and we're done. We're done hurting, but we want it to stop. And we have to be careful. In this stage, we can either go backwards or we can go forwards. So we have to remember that we are living in the present. And as long as we stay in the present or start working towards the future, we're good. Because what happened in the past already did. Nothing you do can change the past. What you do today can build you up. And if certain things are meant to happen, that's when they're optimally going to happen. So when we deal with the healing process and the glam up, where our spirits are uplifted, and we get our inner glow back and back to being ourselves, that's when we're going to get people who love us for us. If you're down, then the people are going to match with you. So you're going to get depressed people or angry people. They say misery loves company. And I don't want to be in a miserable state. So when we raise our vibrations, the people that match with us, and then if we continue to work on ourselves, we're going to continue to lift ourselves up. The more we lift ourselves up, we're going to be more lovable, and more loving people are going to join in. And I think that's Debbie. Where'd I put my glasses? There's Debbie. Hi. I'm so sorry that you weren't able to get that email to me. I'm not sure if you hit that attachment. Attachments look like a little paper clip. I'm not sure if you tried doing it through your phone. to an email. That might have been part of the problem. Um, but yeah, there's ways that you can get that email to me. I don't know if you're willing to share some of the things that your therapist said, but it's good to have you here. And I don't know why I looked better earlier. This lighting is not doing me justice today. I did have my 3 kindergarten classes today, but it was interesting. The kindergarten a lot of times wears me out. They were so good today. And I was like, this is they've never been this good. Like this is they're usually like as far as if I was going to give them a grade, like 10 to 20% as far as behavior. They were like 95% good. And I was like, "What is going on?" And I looked, and it is like a new moon. So, certain things affect us. And I felt pretty good today too. Also, the vibes off of each other, it was good. That helps situations. But he said, yeah, you do have PTSD, and it's from your severe childhood abuse, mental and physical. I am live now. Is that Alicia, John, or both of you? I am live. Yes. So, yes. Hi, Alicia. So yeah, I can, and it's still CPTSD, but he can call it that. um, some people use that as like a catch-all thing. Um, but yeah, because if it was ongoing, it's gonna be complex, but either way, it still has a lot of the same things, so that does make sense. Um, so did he give you some certain, um, therapeutic techniques or things he'd like to do? Does he just wanna do talk therapy? Did he talk about any of those things? And that's the thing, we go through life and we think, you know, "Yeah, I had this happen to me." We don't realize how much. I just responded to him. Oh, um, I just saw his message. I think it was 41 minutes ago. Maybe its timestamps are messed up. Um, let me see. I did respond to the messages. I thought it was on something different, but I did see that, and he was leaving a message to Mia and as well as us to let us know that he's doing good. Let me see if I can check. I don't know if I can check that real quick. Um, and I got a message. Oh, I got 3 more messages. Lots of messages coming in. Well, it came huh. This is interesting. Alicia, can I ask you this? When you said or when John said it, it says it was 28 minutes ago. I wonder if sometimes when people are thinking it's not going through that it's just not a live update because that says 23 hours ago from you or 23 minutes ago. Um, but Calibri, happy Friday, everyone. Hello, Cynthia. There's that little Dutch girl tulip, and I have some sad news, Calibri. Trying to save those tulips I showed you. I don't know if I overwatered them, underwatered them. I put them outside hoping that, some vitamin D or whatever they get from the sun, some photosynthesis would occur. Yeah, the tulips aren't looking too good, but happy Friday, everyone. Yes, good to have you guys. He just left here. Oh, he did. I just responded to you like 10 minutes ago too. Aw, aw. Well, it's nice hearing from him, and I'm glad you're here too. So Debbie says he's known me 26 years, but I haven't seen him that long. He saw my 2 kids and then my husband and myself. He said the voice I hear are not in my head or my subconscious. What does he think the voices in your head are? He thinks that it's your actual ex? I'd love to see what he said. That would be very interesting. Did he write me a note? Was it a note to me, or was it like your follow-up or, your yeah, is it your inner voice, or is he saying it's your outer voice, like some other voice? Because we all have inner voices. I have it, where it's like, "Don't do that." Yep, you just did it. Or you need to get motivated. Let's do this today. Um, is it, yeah, good way to put it, Alicia. Is it your inner voice, or he's saying, because I would say that it gets so tricky on the way people word things, because you'll hear schizophrenic saying, I hear voices in my head. And we also have voices in our head, but those are ours. You know, when I talk to myself, it's not a man's voice, and it's not like my sister's voice, it's my own voice. He said that's from being a super empath. I'm hearing that same voice all my life. Um, and what does a voice sound like? You hear me? I hear you. Um, yeah, sometimes too when we're super empaths, and we have to be cautious on being a super empath. Too much of one thing is, or too much of anything isn't always good. It's female, okay. And does it s- like sound like either your mother, your grandmother, or yourself? Is it some female you know? Yeah, we definitely need balance because when sorry, when we're super empaths, that's when we become people pleasers. Kalibi says, well, the narcs have been quiet here. That's good. Except for that narky woman. Her shrieky voice emanated the other day for a surprise visit, sort of late at Easter, for the male narc son and his family. Um, yeah, great. Yep. Could be your guardian angel. Okay. But this is the thing, as far as your guardian angel, would your guardian angel attach you to him? That's where, a guardian angel saying you need to stay away, or even if it's to make amends, we could say that. But the way you worded it, it wasn't my guardian angel is, you were saying he is making me. That's where I um was concerned. You weren't saying my guardian angel or the voice in my head. You had put it on an outside as opposed to an internal. Um, so yeah, we do have guardian angels, Debbie says, but when I go no contact, I hear the narc voice. Okay. And there's times, we can hear, okay, I can see that. You can even go back and I love you. It's just replaying. You've heard it before. Um, but we have to separate. I just did a video on dreams, and I had this terrible nightmare, and it seemed really real. I spoke about that one girl who she's, and I'm not saying you are, but she's schizophrenic, and she was saying how real her episode was, and his voice is a whisper. Interesting. It's either sneaky or not strong. If it's your narc's voice, he's either being sneaky or not strong, and that's your probable interpretation of who he really is. Um, or it could even be what you're hoping. Your narcissist, was he just dismissive at the end, or was he angry? You know how sometimes they scream and yell, because there are different kinds of narcissists. Some of them will make you feel terrorized, and others you are just so confused. Um, and I look forward to you guys seeing the videos that I've been doing very recently on the healing, and their I did the benevolent narcissist that there are some narcissists that seem so true, kind, and charitable that, the outside world sees them as this fantastic person. And it's hard to know people's intention. And you guys are great with those thumbs up. Thank you for that. That helps a lot. So I also did something on AI, artificial intelligence, which is something that might transform the future as we know it. So there's a lot of things that we might need to be cautious about. Um, I'm real pumped up about the AI. The AI is fascinating, and there are people that fall in love with artificial intelligence and trying to understand our own mind, our own weaknesses that um, we have more obstacles in the future coming up because we're going to have to be real strong on our beliefs and double checking. It's going to get real hard to fact check coming up, is what I see. And that can be used for manipulation because what AI does is it takes everything from the around the world and brings it together. So if it starts tilting that certain people believe certain things, whether it's religion or politics, it's going to tip the scale to where AI is going to conform to a certain group. So Debbie says, I walked into a BP gas station 8 years ago and I heard the woman's voice say, watch out for the rugs. I ignored it and my foot went under and I fell. Broke my shoulder in 4 places. Ooh, yeah. Our gut instincts can tell us a lot of things. And sometimes that can manifest into you know, some people can experience it that way too through a voice. Kalibi says the covert narcs are the hardest to detect. You're right. Covert, think of covered, they're covered up, can't really tell. Overt is over the top, is how I remember it. Super grandiose. Kalibi says, I was able to identify the female narc as a covert. However, I think there's an overlap of morbidity. They can flip flop depending on the situation. They're always going to want to do what suits their needs the most. And if acting all confident and secure isn't working, then they're going to be vulnerable and play the victim. So, they'll go to the tactic that works the most often, and then if that doesn't work, or whatever the trigger is, depends on the trigger too. So, what was it that made you identify her as a female narc? What was the one thing or two things that really stood out? Debbie says, in my life, he's a covert narcissist. Those are the hardest, and that's why we fall for them is we just don't see it. And you can't see somebody's intention. Like right now, you guys are talking to me. You don't know my true intention. Like I'll tell you, I love you guys. But is it to make money? Is it to be famous? Is it, there's no way you will really know. And that's where it gets scary. Um, Usually it's hard, it's a risk we take. And we can pick up on little clues, but our clues, our interpretation are going to be from our perspective. And we can't always see what the other person's perspective is. So it gets real confusing because we're like the opposite of them. Just like, if you looked at me from this angle and then looked at me from behind, same person, but you're seeing something different. So if we're both seeing things on the same way, but it it's same object, just different angles, and same with the relationship. It's completely different. Um, Kalibi says the new people here are so brainwashed by her. Yeah. And I want to get more into the brainwashing that does occur. I want to be real careful with it and how I present it. That's why I haven't done it too much. I've talked about the trauma bond, Stockholm syndrome, how that happens, but um, people can use it for evil intent. And it's kind of like, you know, uh, how to say it without giving our enemies or the secret to destroy us. Kalibi says, I saw her dead eye stare. Okay. One time you did talk about that. Then he triangulated me with her partner, and she did a lot of put downs of women in this building. Either they are pretty or well educated. Um, so you're saying the pretty women or the educated women she cuts down? She has this very nicey nice facade, so plastic, as if she's so helpful. Yeah, and sometimes the plasticity, you can see it. And I get it that, yeah, when they're trying too hard, there's a reason. Some people get excited though, some people really do like to help. So it gets confusing. Debbie says, my therapist Dave said that covert narcissists repeat the same pattern and they always come back around. Dave said he thinks he owns me. Um, yeah, he thinks he could. Yeah, I'll just call her whenever I want. Like, and that's the thing where it gets Crazy though. And Debbie, how have you been doing with no contact? Um, because the balance, in order for it to work anyways, it's got to be a balance, and we got to get back to being who we were in the beginning. That's who they liked in the beginning. They, they don't like the person they weakened us to. And that's not our fault. They don't see that we're still us, but battered and bruised, the emotional toil that they put us through, the toll. We have to heal from it. And uh Kalibi says she is especially envious of women who are pretty or well healed. Um doing well financially. And yeah, she's envious because she wants to be like them, you know. She feels she's deserving of that. But she might be, but is she even attempting to, you know, uh get the financial stability? Is she trying to go after others for it? Um Debbie says, but he doesn't. Not good. Yeah. And that's why you have to release the trauma bond, because in a sense, whenever you're in that trauma bond, you are like soul tied in a sense. So um release it, and it's something we have to go through. It's a good outcome either way. If they change and they come back, they're going to come back to us at the state that we should be, and they're going to have to love us to be with us, because we're not going to be trauma bond and lower our standards. So the love will be to what it needs to be, but we have to bring ourselves up and keep our boundaries. And if it's meant to match, of course they have to change, but if it's meant to match, it will. And if not, we're in a higher vibration, we're going to attract higher things, and it all works out. Might be like a blessing in disguise, or it might have just been the wrong time. There's never know. um Kaliwi says there's sometimes she thinks they present as competition towards her main man. Oh yeah, I bet. I can see that. Debbie says, I need to go on retreat and work on my healing. I've been on a retreat before. I learned that word in impatience when I was 19. The word retreat? Is that what you're saying? Which word? Um, yeah, retreats can be helpful. You have people experiencing the same things. Thank you for that thumbs up. And it feels safe. You're in a safe environment. People are validating you. You got people to express your thoughts, some guidance with the therapist, also, hopefully, some fun activities, delicious food, all those kind of things. Kalibi, what'd you make for dinner? Kalibi says, I caught her several times putting down women as being stupid. Why the hell they reached a level in management or professorship? Yeah. And instead of, yeah, just realizing this person probably got the job for a reason. Yeah. They'll try to put them down. And that's one thing. And Mia is here. You never got notified. Did you hit the notification bell? Uh-oh. Oh, I'm sad too. Um, hmm. Well, John checked in. Alicia just left a message, and letting us know that John's doing okay. He sent some posts too to let you know that he's still trying to get on board. And um, Debbie says he's never going to change, only we can. And most likely he won't. Most likely he won't. But either way, that's not our concern right now. That is not our concern. We have to work on ourselves because, like I said, even if it's meant to work out, we got to be at that level. And right now, we're not. We're going to be triggered too much. We're going to be, why did you do this? Why did you say that? Why couldn't you just be there? Why'd you leave me? And it's just going to be a mess. So trust me on that. That's why the no contact helps us get back into our vibration, and it falls into place. Debbie says, or Mia says, hello to Deb and K Flyer. Kalibi says, how else would I explain it? As her having the sickness of putting down people. I'm sure she has put me down already. Yeah. And that's low self-esteem. People with low self-esteem are not always narcissists. So you do need 5 out of 9 treats traits at least. You can have 8 out of 9, 7 out of 9, 9 out of 9. But low self-esteem causes people to do certain things too. So, that's something to take into consideration. Um, Kalibi says, "Hi, Mia," and there you go, a little spell check. And Mia says hello to Alicia, which is ET09, and Debbie says retreat. I do it at home during, what's the word? Sabbatical. A sabbatical. You can just say retreat too. You can retreat, you can remove. It's kind of like a sabbatical where you take a little break and just get into your thoughts. You do it at home during me time. Yep. I planted my seeds of tomatoes, sweet peppers, yellow onion, plant for, Wapaka up north, chain of lakes to go to Wapaka. Is that Wisconsin? Yes. Wapaka? I think it's Wapaka. 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 We'll say Wapaka. And the chain of lakes. The chain of lakes are cool. Debbie says hello to Mia, and Clevie says hi to Debbie, and she says it back. Alicia says, I have a PC with a 22-inch flat panel monitor and internet. That's nice. And this is Alicia, John's friend. She's joined us a couple times. Part of our family now. So, oh my gosh, are you seeing me on a 22-inch? Uh-oh. I always hope you guys have these little tiny phones. That's your summer. Oh, I bet that's beautiful. Yeah. And so that's the thing. Go on a retreat. Go on a retreat. Take that sabbatical. You can use it both ways. Um, and yeah, just enjoy it. And that's some things that we have to make ourselves do. We're letting life pass us by sometimes. We're forgetting to go on those camping trips, or pampering yourself. Um, even going out of town to visit family. It sounds like Wisconsin. Yeah. With that city type name. There also, West Michigan has some Native American names. I wonder what Wapaka stands for. Oh, that probably means chain of lakes. That's my guess. Um, because I have a brother out that way. What does I think that's my guess. Let's see if I'm right. Wapaka mean. Oh, I didn't spell it right. I did spell it right. I didn't type it right. Let's see what it means. Words fascinate me as well, like how words are formed, where they're from. Um, it means place of tomorrow. Ooh, Debbie, that's cool. The place of tomorrow. We're working on the future, so that's perfect. Take that as a sign. Wapaka, the place of tomorrow, and I could tell ET, Electronic Tech '09, Internet Junkie. And maybe you want to do a podcast with me on AI. I just did something on AI, artificial intelligence. And yeah, it's Native Americans for sure. Uh, Is that weird, how certain words you can kinda tell what language it's from? What do you like to do, ET, on the different, internet things? Kalibi says that's the best revenge to narcs. Live your life fully and showing them your love. You love. Love yourselves. Exactly, guys. And, as far as chat rooms. Okay. What kind of chat rooms do you enjoy? Debbie says we're going tubing. Oh, that's nice. It's like heaven. Yeah, if you got the right kind of water, or temperature, and the right kind of sun, it's just so relaxing. I've done that before in West Michigan, mid up north, not quite up north of the lower peninsula. And yeah, it's you just let the river take you, just just enjoy it. Um, And when are you going there though? Because I wonder how cold the water is. I'm antsy to get to the lake. Uh, there's a lake by my house. Oh, digital photography. How do you feel about AI? Do you think AI is going to overtake digital photography? I'm a little bit worried about how like it's like instant and the lighting is spot on. You're able to adjust things. But I guess could you do that with digital photography too? Uh, so Mia says that's fun. Deb, enjoy your tubing. It's definitely good to enjoy. Uh, you guys are so intriguing. And that's another thing that's nice is we can help each other with some ideas. What are we going to do this summer? And get each other motivated. Tomorrow, I have a not so exciting 9-hour day, but it's going to be good. I'm hoping to come away with some information for you guys. It's called CPI training, and it stands for CPI. Can I tell you the cutest little thing? I had a Japanese student, and he's still learning English. And he's like, Miss Schiller, can you tell me how to spell OMG? And I'm like, what? He's like, tell me how to spell OMG. So at first I thought it was a joke, but the oh my goodness or oh my God. And I had to show him that that's just the first letters. We have so many, are they called acronyms? I don't, but what it deals with is like the behavioral management, how to de-escalate situations. And I think if we do deal with the narcissist, that de-escalation is important, ways to redirect things. So tune in tomorrow. I should be chock full of information. Also, different ways to protect ourselves. We can go over that because that's we have a violent kid at school, so it's being mandated that I take this. I took it in Florida when I taught with severely emotionally disturbed children, so I have been through the training, just not in Michigan. Um, so you say, Debbie says, we go tubing on the Crystal River. It's like heaven to me. And Mia's telling you to enjoy it. ET Alicia says, I do trains, spring, summer, autumn, winter, birds, trees. Oh, I bet they're beautiful pictures. Mia says that is so cool. Alicia, I can just imagine how pretty the pictures come out. Yeah, and you got like a great subject too that you're doing. And Debbie says the chain of lakes pours into the Crystal River. It's spring fed, clear water, white sand. Oh, white sand would be neat. You can see the bottom. The lakes are so nice. We rent a pontoon normally and hang out on the chain. Oh, yeah, it's hard to find clear water in Michigan. We got some green water. um, yeah, I don't know if we have, well, we have better water than others, depends on the lake. There are some spring fed, like Gull Lake is an artesian well type thing. Whatever, spring fed. You have over 20,000. There's oh, what is it called? There's places, ET Alicia, that you could post your videos and get donations for it. If you guys see some of my backdrops that have, some are videos. Those are, what is it? It's from people where you can donate to them. They can download your things for free or they can pay for it. But that's just something you might want to think about. Sometimes for a week or weekend, Debbie says, yeah, definitely. Mia says, wow. ET, I wish you could share. Yeah, it'd be neat if we could just hold it up and really see each other. Alicia says, I've been doing digital photography since 2009. What kind of camera do you use? Is it a digital camera? And Debbie says July 20th through the 24th. It's Marty's birthday, the dog. Oh, happy birthday to Marty. My birthday is July 26th. So have a good birthday week celebration. Mia says, Deb, please, where are you going? Which state, please? It's Wisconsin. Um, but I'll let you answer that. Oh, wait, yeah, Wisconsin. Kalibi says Florida has the worst water quality, somewhat stinky too. Talking about the alligator poop. The Florida scares me. As far as the water, like if you go in fresh water, you're at risk for some pretty ferocious animals. like in Michigan, we do have snapping turtles, but like there's cottonhead, I think, in Tennessee, like water snakes that can be deadly. Um, but yeah, different areas have different dangers, and whether it stinks or not, I don't want to die from an animal. Uh, oh, you've done photos for the tourist railroad. That's cool. Have you ever used drones? Drones can be kind of cool. Canon and Nikon. That's cool. SLR digital cameras. I don't know what SLR stands for, if that's the name of it or short lens. I don't know. Maybe DeSantis dips his dirty feet in it. Could be. Debbie says, Mia, there's a current and it goes fast. That would be cool. Got to watch out for those rocks. And I want to go snorkeling and find some nice rocks. That would be cool. And Mia says, Cape Flyer, Florida's waters are not what it used to be. That's true too. And she's agreeing, single lens reflex. Okay. Okay. And Clibby says, are you from Florida, Mia? Yeah, we got people from all over, which is awesome. Mia, Deb, please, which state are you planning on visiting? It sounds dreamy. Yeah, Deb, please go ahead and verify if the what was the word? I typed it into Wakapa. Yeah, Wakapa. Is that what it was? Wakapa, Wisconsin. Go ahead and let me know because it does sound dreamy. Maybe we should do a little picnic out there and do a little meetup. So we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers. So thank you everybody for helping grow this channel and our family. I did say when we get to 5,000 that I'd like to do something where hopefully we can meet up somehow. And you learned it in high school, says Alicia, the photography. Yeah, certain high schools, there's some really good ones out there, or at least certain programs. Wa pa spell PACK if it's pack. Wapaka. Because it could be pack or pa. I think you're saying Wapaka. Wapaka. Spell PACK if you mean pack. Probably pack. Wapaka. Okay. Wapaka. Go back to my phonics. Ah, ah, ah. Eh, eh, eh. Ba, ba, ba. That's probably Wapaka then. Okay. Mia says no, lived in Tampa, Newport Richie, have been to Bonita, which means beautiful. Bonita, Florida. St. Petersburg, do love Florida, but it's changed sadly. Yeah, I used to like Florida, not so much anymore. Debbie says Wisconsin up in the North Woods, 2 hours away. Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's not that. That's a doable drive. And then Alicia says the railroad name is Catskill Mountain Railroad, CMRR. Well, good for you. That's cool. Bingo, Wapaka. Okay. Kalibi says, is that the same as Wapaka Bank in my neighborhood? Probably originated out there. I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know though. It means what about tomorrow? Something about tomorrow. I just read what it meant. And it could be just the use of the word about tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know that answer for Calibri? Mia says, wow, Deb, enjoy it. It sounds dreamy. I hope you really have a great weekend, a relaxing time on your trip. And I don't know where the word weekend came from. But yeah, we all definitely need that break. So definitely enjoy it. Live in the moment. That's one thing that we're learning to do is live in the moment. Enjoy everything without distractions. So unless you need to bring your work with you, or how often you check your emails or texts, maybe check a little bit to see if family members are okay, but definitely try in a sense living off grid where you're just doing Debbie's like, yes, Cynthia finally got it. um, hopefully it'll stay that I say it the right way. Alpaca. That probably drives you crazy too. We have a city, Eau Claire, and it means clear water in French, but Eau, E-A-U, it should be pronounced O, Eau Claire. And I hate that people call it Eau Claire, but that's your Michiganders for you. It's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be said. We also have Charlotte. We have Charlotte that is spelled like Charlotte. Um, I don't know where they come up with these different pronunciations. Mia says, Alicia, that's really a good hobby you got out of being a high schooler. It has paid off. Over 20,000 pictures, which is, am I reading it right? Two 20,000 pictures. Um, yeah, and just imagine the places you've been to do that. So, do you guys have any topics that you would like to talk about tomorrow? Because I do have that 9-hour training tomorrow. It's earlier than we normally even start work. So, this will be a shorter little message for you guys. I do have some videos I'll upload for you before I go to bed, but um, it's great having you guys here, and we will definitely talk more tomorrow. Make sure you hit the notification bells to get you guys notified, and feel free to let me know of any suggestions. And Debbie, thank you for sharing with me what your therapist said. How do we deal with ruminating? Ah, this is where we have to there are times we're going to have to allow ourselves certain time. We have to deal with it, but we also have to redirect it. So when we're thinking about them, we allow yourself to like remind yourself that I am enough. What happened? They didn't see what a good person I was, or they chose to let me go than to keep me. That's their mistake. And when we start changing self affirmations, like, I'm worth a good day today. I'm going to give myself a good day, where we start focusing a little bit more on ourselves. um they talk about like we're kind of in a state where we do have to kind of turn to ourselves a little bit. How they say with that mask of air at the airplane, how you have to take care of yourself so you can take care of other people. So there's times, this is where we're at right now. We're not at the sharing stage. That's why it's not a good idea to start a lifelong relationship. You can have relationships as far as coworkers, friends, but as far as we're gonna not be strong enough. So we have to take care of this so we can take care of that, and go back and forth. That's how we take care of some personal care, and then we take care of the relationship. Some personal care, I might need a day with the girls. And that's the healthy balance. It's not healthy only putting the life sustaining whatever into the relationship or person. It needs that balance, and that's a good mental thing. So when we're ruminating, we're um not taking care of us. It's interesting how it works, but when we do self affirmations, when we say, look, I will think about you, sweetheart. Don't call him sweetheart, but you can even say that, like, I gave mine a nickname. But I'll think about you for 10 minutes while I drink my coffee. And then you know what? I'm going for a walk, and I am living in the moment. So when we separate and start living in the moment, whether it's making your bed, you can feel how soft your sheets are or how good they smell, that you live in that moment instead of just blindly making your bed and thinking about them, where you start to separate it. And as you start separating it, you're going to start doing things that are going to make your life better. And that's going to start to fade out. So, rumors, are you asking? Um, but yeah, I need to do more on the ruminating, because that becomes overpowering. Um, and there's, realizing that we are enough, and realizing that what was done to us was wrong, but it doesn't define us. And, you know, we have to remember that thoughts become our actions, actions become our words, thoughts become our words, words become our actions, actions become our destiny. We have to take control over our thoughts, and we have to redirect instead of, you know, he's probably right. I probably am a piece of shit. I yelled at him. Uh, as we change it to I didn't deserve to be yelled at. I wouldn't have yelled back if he caused me to be out of the situation, caused you to be triggered and act out. That we have to give ourselves some grace. So working on ourselves. Mia says things are not too bad at the moment, but then again, everyone has their own agenda. Politicians promise one thing and then it's another. K Flyer. Yes, I will be on tomorrow. I was thinking 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And are you asking Alicia about rumors? How do we deal with rumors? Can you specify? I tell people to piss off. Yeah, there's times as, uh, us letting people know you're crossing our boundaries. Or, yeah, if you can let go. That's hard to do sometimes too. Um, so, oh, rumors is hold on. So, are you saying rumors a topic? How to deal with ruminating is a topic for tomorrow? I think that's good. I wasn't sure if that was like a last minute, like, whoa, wait, I need to know this. Let me take a picture of that. If I don't, oh, I can write it down. Um, Dealing with ruminating, that's a big one. That's one that can be extremely overpowering. So, um, ruminating, and I think you're talking about rumors, flying flying monkeys are used to spread rumors, um, and the false things that they say. Uh, oh, why is my dog barking? Mia says, Cynthia, yes, I'll be on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me catch up. How to deal with trauma bond. You guys are awesome. Dealing with trauma bond. Yeah, I've made some long content on that. I do have videos on that, but it's good to pups, trauma bond. Um, because sometimes it's good to clarify too when you guys are in live chat because I can give you those videos. It could be a good refresher or study guide before you come to class to discuss some things too. But yeah, I don't mind doing that. Gossip, yes, rumors, gossip, flying monkeys, gossip, and the most common narc tool in their basket of evilness. Yes. South Michigan media. How are you? Hi, Queen. Hold on one second. Hold on. Here we go. Hello, my servants. How are you, South Michigan media? We'll stay on for a little bit. So yeah, I like that. So my dog is responding. Exactly. There's somebody outside the party brat house next door, is what I'm assuming. Ah, it's hard. Ah, the fallen. Trying, guys. Um, Mia says, agree. K Flyer, they live for trash talking others. Queen Cynthia. There you go. Uh, I have my Myth America, Cynthia. I talk about myths. um, and I did start a channel on that. I do have a healthy relationship channel that deals with, once we get past all this stuff, how do we have healthy relationships and sustainable ones? So it'd be nice for you guys to join that too. That's a new channel that I'm going to be growing, but it's important to get over what we're going through. You like that, Alicia? You like my little little crown that I didn't put on too good? Is it tiara? I say both. Um, so how are you, South Michigan? And what kind of media are you in? You gonna make me famous? My hair, I don't know what I just did to it. Because yeah, South Michigan, I had Queen Sunshine Mia. Yes, thank you. Look at all that love. Queen Sunshine. I love that you call me that. For some reason, it must be something that uh, takes me back to something being called Sunshine. Something. Maybe my grandma did that or something. I don't know, but I love it. And I love the emojis too. So, oh, Debbie, are you having problems getting your messages through? You might have to resend it. Let's see. Oh, wait. They saw. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for showing me that. Um, Alicia says, be well. And you too, Alicia. And how to be well. Debbie says they saw how special we were and they wanted that. Super. And it's Debbie. Thank you for that. They saw how special we were and they wanted that. Super empaths have a color around them, which they can see. Myself being that and a Blu-ray star seed, I have a blue glow. The narc spots us out. People do have auras sometimes. You can pick up on auras. I don't know if everybody can do that or all narcissists, but they pick up on something from us, and just depends on how in tune. And I think sometimes it's the lighting too that allows us to see that. Have you guys ever seen auras? I've seen auras before. It's kind of neat. And are you always blue? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I should auras. Let's check into auras a little bit more. So we got lots of topics for tomorrow. There we go. Must be the gaseous element emanating from us, especially after a bean chili dinner. You're so silly. Alicia's already laughing at that one. I don't eat beans, so maybe I don't have an aura. That's why I'm single. I have no aura. But yeah, the vibrations. I told you guys about my rice experiment, and what was it? The ultrasonic is it ultrasonic? The sound waves that can clean things. That just like vibrations. Can clean things. That vibrations make a big difference for sound to clean something. I mean, sound to clean something. Like I'm about to scream and hope that my whole place gets clean. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe that's why we scream when we're frustrated. Vibes. Yeah. What do you guys think about manifestation? I think I know I've experienced that we do have some control through manifestation. Where we have some control over our future and we can manifest. It's a weird way of looking at it, but it directs us. And they gave an example of, and when I say they, it means research I've done, just so you guys understand why I keep saying they means research, and I should use that word instead. Research suggests that if we focus on something, so if you're skiing and the things that we fear we can manifest. So if we're focused on going down a ski hill, I'm not going to hit a tree, I better not hit a tree, I have to focus so I don't hit a tree. We're so concerned about the tree that we're going to look for the tree to make sure we don't hit it, and we're looking at the tree. That's the direction we're going to go into. But when we have the confidence, and I'm not going to hit a tree today, I'm not going to hit a tree, we're going to focus on where our path is. It's just a different way, but it leads us down into such different paths. You hear about people who survive something because just by a millimeter the bullet didn't hit their heart. So as far as those paths, sometimes those paths, even if they just get a little off track, can be the difference of where we end up. I hope I make sense. I talk in a lot of analogies, thinking you guys are on the same page, hopefully. Debbie says all super empaths have a glow that a narc can see. I read that they can pick us out in a room of 300 people. They can see how we interact with people. They can see, our actions. Are we standing alone? Are we the leader of the group? Are we facing people, or are people facing us? Who's the leader? Who's the shy one? There's all those, like, where's Waldo? There you go. We're all Waldos. How's that for the topic? We are all Waldos. Targets to be found. Calibri says, I also heard that writing a letter to the narc, then setting it aflame. Be careful, I'm a burn victim. Run it underwater and crumple it. Yeah, there are, writing the letter, throwing it out. You could burn it, do that over a campfire. You can set it free, destroy it. It's a visual image. And if you throw it out, take it out to the outside garbage. Don't keep it in your house. But it allows you to get those feelings out and then to get rid of them. So it's kind of ritualistic in a way. That, what do I do with these emotions? Do we keep them bottled up inside? Don't always want to dump it on our friend. That sometimes when we go through it, and you're like, I didn't want to say it exactly like that, I think it's better to write it instead of type it. And this is why. If you want it to be the perfect letter, you are going to write it, and then you're going to start over, and you're going to write it, and you're going to see visually, I'm starting to sound stupid. I'm starting to sound like, I sound like I'm begging. I sound like this. I sound pitiful. Not that you are, but we're going to start seeing, like, whoa, this is so toxic. This is not who I am. I'm not somebody who begs, and it sounds like I am. I'm not somebody who talks this way because we walk on eggshells. So it's going to really give you insight. And then you can say, this is bullshit, throw it out. And, I've done it. It takes you 2 to 4 hours of writing. And then you're like, screw it. I get it. And you ran a support group. Yes, Alicia has run a support group. Was it for the LGBTQ? Refresh my memory on the support group. And Debbie says, will they feel it if we set it on fire? Ooh, we got some ruthlessness. There's that anger stage, one of the 5 stages of the stages of grief. Debbie says Calibri is supposed they need to get used to the heat. Oh, I get where you're going with that. You guys. Yeah, heaven and hell. Debbie says we have a glow though, and I don't like that. What color do you see my glow? Do you see my glow right now? Because I think we won't always see it. I think it comes out at times. Not that it's not here, but we can't always see it because of like I don't think I glow in the dark. Did you guys know we actually do glow in the dark because of bacteria? Just like the underwater sea creatures, how they glow, they have the bioluminescence due to bacteria. That's what makes them bioluminescent. And we do, if you get some black light, sometimes you can see it's kind of gross. That's why you'll see certain people at like clubs and stuff that they look like they got little flakes on them of glow. That's bacteria you're seeing. Sometimes it's fuzzies, but Cleve says, especially with chili beef and bean dinner, you'll glow a lot, honey. Yep, that's why I'm glad now I know. You can't see the colors. Can you see an aura? Can't see the colors. So only narcs can see the colors. No beans for Cynthia. Yeah, no thanks. Girls don't fart. Did I tell you it was so cute? I was teaching online. And you're welcome, Mia. You are welcome. So what was I saying? About farting. And I think the boy was raised in like a prim and proper household, because I think I told some of you guys where I pretended that it's going to do a little ad, that there was going to be a grandma in the skit that we did with Grandma Farts, and I was pretending to act as Grandma, and he's like, "That would never happen. Girls don't fart." And it's just kind of cute the way they're raised. You could tell. So, but yeah, we have some great topics that you guys are suggesting, and I appreciate that. Um, and the aura too. They do talk about vibrations. How does that affect? Does that affect the aura? And also our gut instincts. We got to start trusting our gut instinct, and also our bodies. Be in tune with your body. Do you start getting nervous or uptight, uncomfortable? When you're around the narcissist or even somebody at work, like, why am I so uncomfortable around this person? You can sense things, and we got to build up ourselves. Uh, I- Anxiety attacks. Are you saying for a topic? I get confused. So if you're saying for a topic, but that is something, anxiety attacks. Yeah, because you think about it. For you, okay, for anxiety attacks. Yeah, we could talk about triggers. Oh yes, triggers. That's a really good one. Um, Anxiety though, yeah, that's when if we don't handle it quick enough, if we don't recognize what's going on, it will do that snowball effect, and you have anxiety, stress, and strain. Some of the things I did the feel good, which will help us out of our depression. What's interesting is depends on what kind of anxiety we have. I did it today, so I don't know if you've seen it, Alicia, about the 4 feel good hormones, and that's a really good video. I like my videos, but this is a really good video. Not all my videos are, you know, uh, in the top 10%, because but this is a good one. This is definitely a good one to watch. So, we'll talk about the anxiety attacks because we have to redirect ourselves. We have to realize, um, are we wanting to call this person? Is that what why do we want to call them? Are we lonely? You know, so we need to connect with somebody else. Um, are we, I don't even know, but let's say you're mad that you guys broke up and now you're living in a hotel and you don't have the comforts of whatever. Maybe, spend time at your friend's house. Like, hey, can I either crash at your place or can I just kind of chill and watch a movie in your house because I feel cooped up in the hotel? Whatever it is that is causing the trigger. Am I overwhelmed at work? Is there somebody I can ask? Like, what we're going to focus sometimes on the narcissist, but there's something that triggers the anxiety, and we have to understand what is triggering that anxiety. Are we nervous? Are we this? Are we that? Are we not prepared for the day? And but to realize that, you know usually we're seeing things as our anxiety builds. It seems like this problem is this big, and the problem is just around here, and we have to bring it. Whoa, we'll talk more about that though. Definitely anxiety, um, and stress and strain. Yeah, let's get rid of some of that strain, reduce the stress, and when we reduce the stress, a lot of times reduces the anxiety. And definitely look at that depression one because that will be some really good information. Kalibi says, just like myself, I sense some anxiety feelings heading out of my place. Yeah, and sometimes, we have to realize, maybe we need to take a different route, or maybe we need to handle it. Look, I don't want you coming near me. Whatever it is, And Alicia says, sometimes we need to be around people. Yeah, sometimes we're just lonely. Sometimes we've been lazy too much that and I don't mean it in a bad way. There's times we get in that slump that We're not getting the natural creations of those feel good hormones, and it's sucking us down instead of building us up. We have to take the steps to build us up. Nobody's going to do that for us. And I did mention not everybody here is going to be religious, but um, God can only do so much. He's not going to spoon feed us. And um, I gave the example of grandma. You know, grandma's like, hey, I got all this food for you. I made you something, but you got to come get it. And we can either be mad at God or mad at grandma, like, fuck you. You're not helping me. And it's like, no, I am. You're just not coming to, let me help you. Perspective means a lot. Um, I'm always around people I like being alone. Rephrase that. I'm always around people I like being. Oh, so you always have too many people around, but you prefer being alone, is what you're saying? Sometimes we have to create some safe space, you know. Um, it's hard if that's what you mean. That, uh, yeah, personal time. You loved your grandma. Yeah, grandmas can be real special sometimes. Um, yeah, I had some good ones too. Kalibi said, sorry, I see it's in past tense. So big hugs to you. I know that's hard. Debbie says, same here. She died when I was 11. And yeah, things can change instantly, and it's grief that we had to deal with. Um, but as far as, oh, she lived with you and also died with us, 1978. That's the year my grandfather died. Yeah, uh, in May. Um, yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. Um, but I was lucky to have a few South Michigan media. Hey, baby. Hey. um, so you like my crown? I'm a queen. I'm a baby. What else am I today? So, um, but I've gotten a couple messages from Lily and Dog Defender, and we are going live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Ford, they died 4 days before your birthday. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. I know I had my uncle died on my daughter's birthday. And when I was at his funeral, his wife, my aunt, was saying, oh, your daughter's birthday is right around this time. And I'm like, oh, it was on the day he died. I had to say it was on, I think it was Tuesday or whatever. And oh, it just brought her to tears. I should have just said, yeah, it's closer around here, but she would have asked. And yeah, so it's interesting too how birthdays are. I don't know. We'll talk about that on a different time. But South Michigan media, how's it been going with you? Because we're about to log off. I just wanted to make sure everybody's okay before we go. And I will definitely make some new videos, and looking forward to tomorrow night. I'll have some great information with that CPI training that I'm going through. So thank you guys for joining me. Sorry, I got to cut it a little bit short. This lady needs her beauty sleep, her royal beauty sleep. So the best way to remember someone is on their birthday. Yeah, celebrate their life, even if they're no longer with us. So lots of love to you guys. It's hard losing someone, but we also have to remember, let's not lose ourselves. And we're worth living every day. Kalibi says, have a restful night, Cynthia and everyone. Yes. Mwah. Do my little Band-Aid queen wave. You know what that's from? That's from sharpening pencils. I have a blister from sharpening pencils all day long. Lots of love to you guys. Yes, be well and be safe. And I will see you tomorrow. Mia says, please have a great night, Cynthia. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. You too. Lots of hugs to you guys. Thank you, Alicia. I love that sunshine. Bye, guys.